What's up? What's up? Welcome back to my channel. And on today's video, I'm going to be doing a tutorial showing you how to set up a basic newsletter so that you can start growing your email list. I do have to point out, if you hear some rumbling and grumbling, that is just my 17-year-old golden retriever in the background, like growling and rolling around on the ground. But in this video, what I'm going to be doing is I have pulled different tutorials that I've done inside of my private Facebook group, and I've condensed them down to show you the entire technical aspect of what you need to do to set up that basic newsletter. So one recommendation or suggestion that I'm going to give you while you're going through this training is to not only save the video, but also as you're going through, like, pause and implement exactly like each thing that I'm teaching, because it's going to make the process a lot easier. Now, I'm not going to go in depth in regards to what to email your list or why an email list is so important. Obviously, you're wanting to set one up or you would not be watching this tutorial. But if you want to know some more in depth as far as like how to email your list and, some different things you can do to grow your email list, then, everything that I talk about today, I'm going to put in the description of this YouTube video. But I will say I'm going to link to my free Facebook group to where you can hop in. Over on the unit section, there's a unit section that you're going to see, and under the unit section is a unit for email list building. And so you can go through those videos at the end of it, and where we talk about, me and my buddy did this, so where she actually talks about some different strategies that you can use to like build your email list. But again, this is going to be just the tech side of it. In case you're new here, I am Sherri Brown, and on this channel I do everything from product reviews, tutorials just like this, as well as give you actual like social media and marketing strategies that you can implement to take you further faster when building your business online. So if this seems like it's up your alley, then consider subscribing. Just make sure that you hit the bell so you get notified as I upload new videos every single week. Okay, now first things first, before I start showing you like all of the tutorials and all of the how-tos, there are two tools that you are going to need to start building your email list. So I have free trials that I'm going to give you. I'm going to link down below. I personally use Clickfunnels because being a non-techie work-from-home mom, using a software that's very user-friendly, that doesn't take like a ton of tech knowledge is very, very important to me. And so I will link, you get a 14-day trial to it. After that, it runs around $97 a month. There's, with the two tools, both are going to run you about $120 a month. The second tool that you're going to need is an autoresponder. Okay, now I personally use Aweber, and that's what I'm going to be showing you how to use inside of this tutorial. But with Aweber, you get a 30-day free trial, and then after that, it runs about $20 a month. Now, as you start building up your list and getting like thousands of leads on it, which is definitely a good thing for you, they do start increasing those prices. But I'll tell you what I love about Aweber. Number one is how user-friendly it is. And then number two, I love the fact that they have like the most epic customer support. So I've had issues, like technical issues, as I've kind of went along. And the one thing that I love about them is they not only have a chat feature on their website where you can chat back and forth, but they also have customer support via phone. So if at any time you get stuck on something, you can actually call them. Their customer support is phenomenal. So again, to me, I will spend a little more if it's more user friendly and if they have great support. So those are the two tools that I'm going to be teaching you how to use. Again, I do have links to free trials to both of those in the description below. And so with that being said, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to get out of the way, and we are going to hop straight into this tutorial. As today, we are going to be working inside of Aweber. We are going to create the actual list inside of Aweber, then going to create your follow-up email, which is your first email that's going to automatically be sent to someone when they opt in to your email list. And I will also be giving you an example of mine. I will put it in the file section. And then also, so you'll have mine. That way you kind of have a guide and you're not just left to come up with your own welcome email. We are just going to be starting with one basic email. You can get a lot more complicated with it and do some big long email series. But for this particular challenge, we are going to be doing a basic welcome email. We are also going to be taking that email and putting it into your follow-up series. If some of this sounds a little Greek, you will understand it once I start actually showing you how to do it. And then in order for this to work with Clickfunnels, so the very first thing we have to do, and I will say like right now for mine, you may be looking and you might be like, dang, you've already had 6 people unsubscribe today. Now, right now, you are only going to be working with one list. If you look down here, I have a whole lot of lists and I have my settings to where I've got multiple giveaways. So if somebody is already on my list and they go to get another freebie or they go to hop in like my free Back to the Basics marketing community, then they are automatically unsubscribed from that other email list. And that's just to ensure that people aren't getting like 5 emails when I send them out. But again, you are just going to be working with one basic list. So once you sign into Aweber, this is going to be the screen that you're going to see. So in order to create a list, what we're going to do is we're going to go up here, we're going to click Manage Lists. And then right here you're going to click on the button that says create a list. Once you are here, you're going to input your information. So I just put your company name, my name, just put your name. If you don't have a website, that's totally fine. I also actually need to change this, so I am going to do my new email or my new mailing address since we have moved. So you will pop that in here. I personally recommend using a P.O. box. So I do not want my home address popping up at the bottom of all of my emails. So I just went to the post office and I just got a basic P.O. box. And that's what I put in here. So just do that. And then down here, you're going to have to fill out, okay, what sender name and email address should appear with your email. So when people get my emails, they're going to see that it's from Sherri Brown Coaching. And then they're going to see my actual email. So you're just going to fill that in. You are going to click next step. Right here, what would you like your list name to be? So I'm just going to put, and you can just put main list. And again, I have different opt-in giveaways. So I have one where it's like a free download. It's the ultimate guide. So I might, if, I'm doing a giveaway and it's, an actual cheat sheet, I might put that list name as what the actual giveaway is. But for you right now, just put main list and then list description, tips and tricks for online marketing. So you can just put just a little description of what you're going to be, putting out. Again, doesn't have to be long or anything like that. Click next step. Select your language, subject line. Now, I personally will turn off double opt-in, and I want to talk about that in a different video. But right here, I'm just kind of leaving this like it is. I'm not really changing anything. And then I'm just going to click approve and create list. So right now you can see now I'm working. It says current list is main list. And what we're going to be working on now is your welcome email and then how to add that welcome email to your follow-up sequence. And basically what that means is as soon as someone enters, let's take for instance, if I go over to my Back to the Basics community, So if I go here, as soon as someone enters their name and email, I cannot speak today, and I do sound a little manly, so overlook that. But as soon as someone goes to my opt-in page, but as soon as someone enters their name and email, it's tied to your Aweber account, and as soon as that happens and they click yes, let me in, they're automatically going to receive this welcome email. So it's not something that you have to go in and manually do, which I love. Okay, so that's what we are working on now. So you just want to make sure where it says current list that you're working inside of your main list. And what we're going to do is we're going to hover over messages, and we're going to pick legacy follow-up series. So once we click on that, I want you to be working inside of the HTML editor. And I'm going to say this because a lot of the times when I use the drag and drop, although it is easier, I will say I like it. I have found that when I use this drag and drop email builder, a lot of the times I will hit people's like spam or their promotions folder, and I want to hit their inbox as much as possible, which is why I want you to use the HTML editor. So what you want to do is we just want to insert a subject line here. And so it can just be something fun that says, boom, you're in, open up. And then I can personalize it to their first name. So boom, you're in, open up, Sarah, or whoever entered their name and email. So then here, I've already got my welcome email done. So what I want to do, okay, well, let me back out of here real quick. And I want to go to Microsoft Word where I already had this done. And then I'm going to just, why will it not let me paste? It's not letting me paste. This is, okay, now I can paste. I don't know why it did that. Okay, so I'm just copying and pasting this. And then over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here because I want it to say their first name. So I'm going to click where it says personalize subscribers info, and I want it to be their first name. And that way their first name is automatically going to populate in the email. And so I just said, super excited that you requested to become a member of Back to the Basics community. And again, change this to where it fits your newsletter. And so I just said, what's next? I gave them to where they can click on this button to get access to the actual group. You could just tell them what's next, what they can expect as far as, hey, I'm going to be giving you tips on such and such, whatever it is for you. And then I also let them know, hey, you can invite your tribe into the group. Just send them to this particular website. And then I give some information about myself, about how I've been in the profession since 2011, kind of like what my struggles were, what I've overcome, what I've been able to do. And you can change the fonts up here. You can change the size. You can, just make it look however you want. You can bold, italics, underline. You can change up the color here. So mess around with it. And then, if I wanted to just bold my name, maybe I want to make my name a little bit bigger, I could do that. You could also put your contact information down here, so how to connect with you on Facebook, some other things like that. So whatever it is that you want to do, I know most of the time, if you're on my email list and you look at the bottom of mine, I'm usually always linking to my personal website, a way for them to connect with me on Facebook. I'm linking to my courses, so my academies, and then I'm linking to my community. So usually I'm always linking to those 4 separate things. And then at the end, I just put, hey, let me know if you've received this email. And that can kind of train them and get them used to like replying back and kind of having that conversation. So Once that's done, you can preview and test it if you want to. So like for me, I've got different links in here. And so I have it linked to this. So I'm just kind of checking to make sure these links are working. You can put in and preview your own email if you want to. Once you're done, you're going to click Save and Exit once everything looks right. And then you're going to click on where it says Send Options. You are going to add to follow-up series, okay? And this is follow-up number 1 is the welcome message your subscribers will get immediately after signing up. And I also like to have this checked so I can track clicks. If you're not taking them anywhere, that's totally fine. And then once you're done with that, just click Add to Follow-up Series. For some reason, but here. It's done. So now you've got your list set up. You've got your welcome email. The next thing that you are going to do, you've got it added to your follow-up series. So the next thing you're going to be doing is creating a form inside of Aweber. And here's the deal. This form is just for back-end stuff to make sure that the integration between Clickfunnels and Aweber is working properly. So in order to do that, just make sure that you are logged into Aweber. This is your home screen, and make sure that you are working with the list that you are actually operating with. And so in order to create the form, all you have to do is up here at the top, you click on Sign Up Forms. Once here, you will click on Create Your First Sign Up Form. Then all you do is you are going to leave it as is, because there is no point in making a pretty little opt-in form because nobody is actually going to see this. You're going to be creating that inside of Clickfunnels and making it look pretty. This form, again, is just for back-end stuff. So all you're going to do, save your form. Then you go to step 2. And just leave this like it is. I don't even change anything. Save your form again. And then go to step 3, and then you're not going to be installing anything. This is just going to be there for when we do the integrations, because this is a question that has came up several times as far as how to attach a link inside of your welcome email or for any email that you send after, for that fact, okay? So I just want to kind of show you how to attach a link inside of Aweber. So let's just say you go to, you're in your welcome email, okay? Let me just go here. Let's say you have your welcome email put up. Okay, so what you do to attach a link is you just highlight whatever that you're wanting to actually attach the link to, okay? So let's say I wanted to take somebody over here to my personal Facebook profile. So I just go to my profile, and up here is going to be the URL, okay? So I'm just going to copy this URL. I'm going to hop back over in here. So I've got these words highlighted. I'm going to go up here to where it looks like this little paper clip. And this little box is going to pop up. And what I can do is just paste that URL. I'm going to click Tab. And it's just going to tell me that this link is good to go. And you know it's good to go when you see this little green check mark. And then you click OK. Okay, so now this is here. And one thing that I personally do is I kind of train over here. I kind of train my newsletter followers to look for a specific color. So when they see this color and it's underlined, they know that it is a clickable link, okay? So let's say I'm wanting to take them down and I'm wanting to take them to, let me just find a video, okay? So let's say I wanted to take them to this particular video. So how you grab that URL is you're going to click on the timestamp. So I'm going to click on this timestamp. It's going to bring up the actual video, and this right here is the URL to that particular video. So I just copy it. I'm going to pop back over into my newsletter, and I'm going to say, you know, click here to check out the video, okay? So again, I highlight whatever words that I want it to link to. I click the little paper clip, I paste it, I tab over. This is going to let me know, hey, this link is good to go. I click OK. And again, whatever color you want to use, but I personally just do the pink because everybody knows me. I have pink hair. Like, I'm a little bit obsessed with pink, and those are also part of my branding colors. So, okay, so now I've embedded 2 links into this copy. So what I can do to test those is I can do preview and test, and this is going to come up. And you always want to test your links before you send anything out, obviously. So I'm going to click here. And this is going to take me or those reading directly to that particular video, okay? So I can just exit out of that. And I'm going to say, hey, follow me on Facebook here. They click that link, and it's going to take people directly to my profile. And today I'm going to be showing you how to create a basic just opt-in newsletter inside of Clickfunnels. Now, I am actually logged into Jen Johnson's Clickfunnels. I did not allow her to set up a funnel yet because I wanted something fresh where I can show you exactly how to do everything step by step. And I've already got funnels created in mine. So for demonstration purposes, I'm going to be using Jen's, but again, this is Sherri. So what you're going to want to do is click on Create New Funnel. And this is where we go to pick, okay, what type of funnel we're going to set up. We're just going to do, again, a basic newsletter. So the goal over here, type of funnel, we are just going to generate leads and we want their contact information, okay? So what we're going to do is I'm just going to select a lead magnet funnel. So you click select. And then there's a little video right here where Russell is basically telling you what this is about. It's basically just 2 pages. You have your main page, which I'm going to show you how to build out. Then you have your thank you page. So these are the different types of pages that you can select. Just go to free. This is going to bring up all of the free templates. For this particular training, we're just going to use the Breeze lead magnet funnel. So I want you to click that, and it's going to bring this up. It's going to show you what this is going to look like, okay? So there's 2 pages. You have your opt-in page and you have your thank you page. That is it. Basic funnel. So once you click on here, you will then click on Get Funnel, and it's going to load this in your back office. Eventually, it will load it. Okay, so over here, you're going to see these 2 steps, okay? These are your funnel steps. We're going to work with your lead magnet, your opt-in page first. So the first thing you're going to do is we're going to click on this button that says Edit Page. It's going to load this inside of the editor. And for just demonstration purposes, I've already created mine, so I'm just going to use this as a guide. This is just a little template I used. So what we're going to do is every one of these, it's like just drag and drop. It's super, super easy to use. That's the one thing I love about ClickFunnels. So what we're going to do is we are going to this little section introducing a free video guide. We are just going to get rid of this. If you want to put something right there, you can, but for the basic newsletter right now, I'm just going to have you trash this. So if you hover over it, you're going to see this little, it's going to be in blue because we're going to delete this whole thing, okay? So we're just going to say delete. It's going to ask you, are you sure you want to delete it? We're going to say yes. We are going to get rid of that. Actually, we're going to hover over this main thing and we're going to delete it over here. So we're going to trash. Okay, so now you just have this particular little guide. So what we're going to do, I'm going to hop back over and we are just going to say this. We're going to say hop on my newsletter to learn. So all I'm going to do to edit this is I'm just going to click on it. And then I'm going to start typing. Hop on my newsletter to learn, ... Is that what I had right here? Yes. And you can make this anything you want, okay? So what I did, or what I would suggest, is you could say, my favorite blank to growing a blank, or the latest trends in blank to help you blank, okay? So you can fill in these however you want based on your specific niche, okay? So it could just be, I'm in business, so my top or my favorite, hop on my newsletter to learn my favorite business hacks to generating leads and sales online. Okay, so basically when somebody would hit this particular page, they're going to see, hey, this is hop on my newsletter to learn my favorite business hacks to generating leads and sales online. Okay, so they're going to know, okay, they're going to learn business hacks to generating leads and sales online. You can get more specific with this, but don't overcomplicate it. We're just going to make things simple right now. So if you're in skincare, hop on my newsletter to learn my favorite skincare hacks to maintain youthful looking skin, or whatever the case is. You can think of some, different, something that's going to like catch your attention. You can go over to like other industry leaders and kind of look at what their titles are, other people who are in your specific niche. If you're in health and wellness, maybe go to Danette May's website and kind of see some of her different headlines that she's using that maybe you could pull some ideas from. But again, for this, we're making it simple. And then over here, I just put a little blurb about myself, okay? So I'm just going to copy this. All you have to do, I'm just going to paste my information, and that of course made it all green. If you want to change this particular color, I'm just going to highlight that. I'm going to click on this little settings button. It's going to pull this up. And let me see. This should be gray, but of course I kind of messed that up, so it's fine. But yeah, you can change the color if you want. I'm just going to leave it like this. Otherwise, if you're not copying and pasting, it'll kind of look like this. Then over here, what you can do is you can change this picture. So if you double click on this, okay, if you kind of hover over this and you click on settings, it's going to pull this up, okay? This is going to show up on the side. So what you can do is change this image, because obviously I don't want this image in there. I want it to be just a simple picture of me. So what I'm going to do is where it says image over here, I'm going to click this little box, and I am going to upload, an image from my computer. So let me find a picture of me, a recent one, and I'm building this out with you as I go. So let me find, okay, we'll just do this picture. It's going to upload it into Clickfunnels. Okay, and then I'm going to double click to add image. I just did exactly what it said, okay? So simply enter your name and email address below, and then you can change this. So instead of saying, get my free video now, I would just change it to yes, sign me up, okay? So to change that, we are just going to click on the button itself. This is going to pull up over here on the side, and I'm just going to say yes, sign me up, okay? So once that's done, we are going to enter save, or what we're going to do is save this. So we just click save right here at the top. Okay, so that's how you do this main page. Now, one thing about this, and you can preview it. So if you want to preview what this looks like, just click preview, and this is what's going to show up. Okay, so this is what your actual page is going to look like. So as you can see, when I got ready to leave, this little drop down box came up. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back inside of here, and we are going to hover over pop-up, and we are going to show pop-up, okay? And this is what comes up. So we need to edit this as well. So again, if you click on that picture, this is going to pop up. Again, I can just use that same picture. If you want a, if you want a different picture, you can use, okay, add image. You can use a different picture. Again, this is just going to be some information about yourself. So you can put, you know, whatever that you want to. So let's take, for instance, if I go to my pop-up, I didn't even change that. So you can change it to whatever. Let me go back in here. Okay. So leaving so soon, we can just change this to say, don't miss out. Don't miss out on my business hacks, or whatever it is, okay? I'm just leaving this the same. Again, simply enter your name and email right here. I'm going to click on this because I want this to say something different. Yes, sign me up. Okay, so that's right. Again, just change this so I can just change my name. I can highlight it, do Sherri Brown. Oh. Industry since 2011. A thriving business online using attraction marketing. Okay, so I can just do that. Whoops. Show pop-up. I can save. You always want to save everything, okay? So now that is done. So that is the first step. So we have this page created, your main opt-in page. I'm going to save it again. Okay, so now that that's done, what I want to do is I want to go back in and I want to go over the thank you page. So we are moving on to the thank you page. So again, you're working inside of Clickfunnels. You are in this particular funnel. You're just going to click over here on thank you page, and you are going to go in and you are going to click edit page. This loads up your editor, and again, we're just making this super simple, so you can leave this to where it says thank you. Now go ahead and check your email inbox. I've sent you something special. You can leave that there because you are sending them a welcome email. If you want to, you can change this up. You could say I've sent you a special welcome message, whatever it is. And again, here you're just going to click on this picture. This brings up this side menu. I want to click on it. I want to add my own picture, add image, and then here you can write whatever you want. You know, opting in to learn more about, you know, XYZ, you know, I promise send you important info that's relevant, if I can spell relevant and helpful. Feel free to connect with me on Facebook and you could just, you know, grab your URL that I showed you how yesterday. So let's say if you're sending somebody to your own, sending somebody to your own profile, what you could do is just go to your profile and then up here is your URL. So I want to copy this. And then over here, you could just connect with me on Facebook, let's say here, and then I could hover over this. I could grab, hover over this to where I can link it, and I can just paste that URL right in there. And so that way, this is actually a clickable link. We can save it, and then of course, obviously, you're going to want to change your name. So if I want to preview this, I'm going to save it, and then I'm going to preview. This is going to show you what people actually see, and you can see this is highlighted. So if I click on it, it's going to take people over to my Facebook page. So, and that is it. Once you save, you are good to go. And now we're going to move on into the next lesson, which is showing you how to integrate Clickfunnels with Aweber so that once somebody actually opts in, everything is connected. They're going to, completely get your welcome email right off the bat. And so let's go ahead and move on into that. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to hover over account and go to integrations. And then what we're going to do is click on this little green button that says add new integration. Then what we're going to do, Aweber, it's already listed here, so we're going to click on Aweber and give this integration a nickname. I'm just going to put Aweber main list connect integration. It's going to make me sign into Aweber, and so let me grab. It would help if I use the correct login name, and I'm going to allow access. And then from here, it is showing that it's integrated. So, and it's going to say success. Aweber was successfully created. So from there, what I want to do is I want to go back to where it says funnels. And I'm going to look for the lead magnet that I'm creating. So just look for, it should be this exact same thing. So I'm going to click on it to get back inside of that lead magnet. And then what I want to do is I want to go to edit page. And I want to go to settings, and I want to hover over settings, go to integrations. And right now it's saying not connected. So when you click on this little integration, you're going to see where it says Aweber main list. I'm going to click on that. And then under action, I'm going to integrate existing form. This is why in yesterday you had to create that form because for some reason you have to have it in order to do this. So select a list, select that particular list. I created the form on her turn purpose to profit. You will see yours, whatever list that you named yours yesterday, you will just click on that particular list to make sure that this particular opt-in page is talking to that main list that you created yesterday inside of Aweber. You can see that it's now connected. I'm just going to click out of here. I'm going to click save. And that is how you integrate it. So we are going to move on to the next thing, which is showing you how to grab your particular link and how to test out this email to make sure everything is working together. Once you are in Clickfunnels, you're on your main lead magnet opt-in. To grab your particular link, all you're going to do is you're going to see once you're in here, I have not gone to edit anything. I'm just on this main thing. So this right here is the actual link. So what I want to do is I want to copy that, and I'm just going to go and I'm going to paste this in a new browser. And this is what's going to happen. So what I'm going to do is I am going to see if this works. Sherri Brown Coaching, sign me up. And you can see this is all working great. It sent me directly to the thank you page. And what I want to do, sometimes it takes a little bit of time to actually show up in your inbox. I would put your own email in there, obviously, so you can know that it's actually working. And then again, you know, you can shorten these links. So if I go, while I'm waiting right now, if I go into Clickfunnels and you see how long this particular link is, you can always use like bit.ly. I know some people use bit.ly. I'm pretty sure that it's free if you want to just shorten that URL to make it easier. If you do have like a WordPress website or something like that and you're able to create pretty links and make it shorter that way, you can also do that as well. If you do not have a WordPress blog, you don't have that pretty link plugin, you can just use bit.ly links to actually you know, have this shortened to where it's not so long here. And I just wanted to hop on and do a quick little troubleshooting video in case you have got your funnel up and going, and then once you get to the thank you page, if the Facebook link is not working properly. So I'm actually not in my account. Rachel Brody, I said that I would troubleshoot hers if she would allow me to actually record this for you. So all I did was log into her Clickfunnels account. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to funnels. I'm just going to click on funnels right there. This brings up her particular funnel. So I'm going to click on the funnel itself. And I apologize if you hear my little girl in the background. Even though I said, hey, I'm recording a video, she still does not like to be quiet. So now we are going to go over to the thank you page, because this is where the link is not working. So I click on thank you page. I'm going to click on edit page. And what I'm going to do is I went over to her personal profile, and up here at the top is her URL to her Facebook profile. So I'm just going to right click and copy that. And then what I'm going to do is right here, I'm going to click on this link. I'm just going to click there, and then I'm going to hover over this little like button thing. Okay. And this brings it up there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to highlight that, and then I'm going to paste her URL. I'm going to click the tab over, although that's not doing anything. So let me click here. I'm going to make it to where this opens up in a new window. Okay, now let's see if it's working. Preview. Okay. Okay, that just keeps opening that up. And sometimes this happens. So let me go back in and let's see. I'm going to go back to her funnel. Hold on, let me stay here. Let me make sure this is saved. And this is just what you do when you troubleshoot. You just go out. So let me go to her opt-in. Actually, no, I'm going to go to her thank you page. I'm going to click, this is the link to your thank you page, by the way. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to open this up in a new tab. I'm going to paste and go. Let me see if this is working. Okay, so this is working, and her funnel is up and running properly. So that's just kind of what you do to troubleshoot. It wasn't working before. Just make sure that you save everything, and then if you want to test it out, again, you can go to the thank you page, test that out. If you go to your opt-in page, which is, you see where it says opt-in right here, this is the link for it. But so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy, and I'm just going to test out this whole little funnel again in general. So I'm going to put my name. Let me just put sign me up. It's going to take me to the thank you page where this should be a clickable link. So if I click on it, it takes me over there. So the funnel is actually up and running. So yeah, just do that troubleshooting. If you have any questions about it, let me know. And excited to see all of your funnels up and running. So there you have it. Hopefully by now you have paused and implemented and, gotten that basic newsletter up and running. If you have any particular questions, feel free to drop those below into the comments. If you got some value from this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. Now, I'm also going to add, if there's a point where you want to start creating actual free offers, some call them lead magnets, some say freemium or freebie offers. If you want to learn how to create that, I do a deeper dive inside of the Moms Marketing Lounge. Now, in February of 2019, that's when I'm going to be teaching inside of the Moms Marketing Lounge, which is my private online membership community, how to create an actual lead magnet. So something that your audience is going to find valuable that you can give away for free to start building your email list. I think having a lead magnet is a great way to build your list a little faster than just setting up a basic newsletter, but I think a basic newsletter is totally fine when you're just getting started. So don't think that you have to create a lead magnet right now, but if that is something that you are wanting to do, then I am going to link below to my membership community. I have a 5-day all access pass on the front end, so you're not charged for those first 5 days. Now, this is a group that I do open and close enrollment to. So I'm going to be closing down enrollment January 31st of 2019, and then I open it up periodically throughout the year for short periods of time. So if it's closed when you're watching this video, but you do want to be able to jump in, then once you go to the link below in the description, if it's closed for enrollment, you will have the opportunity to jump on a wait list by entering your name and email. But until then, I also encourage you to hop into my free Facebook community if you just want, again, to learn a few more tips in regards to what to email your list and things like that. I do have that training in there. But with that being said, hope you have the most amazing day, and I'll see you back on the next video. Bye for now.